So we got some great news for stock market investors as President Donald Trump issued an order on Friday reducing tariffs on beef, tomatoes, coffee, and bananas, a move aimed at lowering grocery prices for consumers in the United States, which are facing higher inflation and lower economic expectations. So I'm going to go over the details of this announcement and why I think it's such great news for all stock market investors. So Bloomberg reported that President Donald Trump issued this order to lower prices on grocery items, including beef, tomatoes, coffee, and bananas, which have seen prices increase meaningfully. The exemptions would reduce trade levies on these commodities, which the White House says cannot be produced in the United States in sufficient quantity to meet domestic demand. So the move comes as Trump has pivoted to focusing on affordability measures as voters are growing increasingly wary of the economy under his leadership. It's also an acknowledgement that the president's tariff policies have added to price pressures on U.S. consumers. And I've been talking about this since these announcements, right? Ever since the April announcements of these tariffs, I went on here and said, these are going to increase prices on U.S. consumers, on U.S. businesses. These tariffs were not going to increase prices on other countries. The other countries are not going to pay for these tariffs directly. They will suffer the negative consequences, to be sure. The tariffs on China and India and Latin America and other parts of the world have hurt their economies meaningfully. They are getting hurt. But so are U.S. businesses and U.S. consumers. It's kind of a move that makes everyone's situation worse. It worsens the situation here in the United States, and it worsens the situation for economies that are trading partners of the United States. You can argue that it's hurting those other countries more so than it's hurting the United States, and I wouldn't argue against you with that because I don't have enough information to determine who's getting hurt more, the U.S. consumer, the U.S. business, or the Chinese consumer and Chinese businesses, or Indian consumers and Indian businesses, or European consumers and European businesses, because I'm seeing the negative implications across the board, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in China, whether it's in India, whether it's in Latin America, or whether it's in the United States. I'm seeing the negative consequences of these tariff policies worldwide. Click the link below to watch the full video.